sister Andrea. If you guys don't know now, you know.
Hello, my name is Andrea.
Yes, she's an amazing human. And today we want to talk about how is it that we both balance the spiritual life and our human life, and what is it to have a human, a spiritual lifestyle, right?
So I'm a nutritionist and a personal trainer, so I've learned a lot about the physical body, and I know a lot of scientific things of the body and how it reacts, and so I have this vision of the physical world is already different for me than for most people. So like when I look at something, I look at the chemical, or like if I look at food, like I see the life within the food. Or for other people who are into nature, that's one of the things that we love to do together: hiking, being out in nature, because once you really are in nature, you see there's so much life, and like little things have so much life and so much purpose. And so that is all the physical world. And sometimes we characterize certain things like not being part of the physical world. So something like butterflies, we see them physically, but there's probably a lot of butterflies we cannot see. Does that mean that they don't exist in our physical world? And so this is where like you start seeing physical in so many different levels, where for some people they don't even realize that a hug has so much physics within it, energy that you don't really see, that is going from your body to someone else or to the room around you. So the physical side of things is actually very different for most people. And this is as you get older, hopefully you have more experiences of the physical world. But this is where sometimes now day and age, a lot of people aren't connected, right? So people don't realize that whatever they eat becomes a part of your physical body. So this thing that's out there breaks into a million pieces, and your body absorbs what it needs to, and it makes this physical body.
For me, it's like so important to connect. Why I love my yoga, right? Because I really feel like sometimes it's the way that I choose to move my energy, and then if I'm not moving, right, and I'm not doing my routine that my body's asking me for, sometimes we feel the tension, we feel like the tiredness, or the stiff in your fatigue, and moving your body is all the energy that we're not able to see in the physical route, right? It's there in the other side. So it's like the importance of taking care of this. This is like a body that we have chosen to be in this, in here, to be in this planet, to be in this human life. But it's like this is your home, right? So it's taking care of that physical to let the spiritual enter that clean physical to really live its purpose. So to take care of our physical body, and also like you were saying, how when giving a hug with the people that we have contact with, how without knowing it can affect our moods, because it's or a kiss, or it's like you are transmitting energy, you are giving out and constantly taking in. So that's and also thing for me is the importance of protecting your energy. So that's how I feel like I connect the physical, and I'm able to have a strong physical to enjoy more the spiritual side of things.
Yeah, and where now it's metaphysics, right? So it's physical and metaphysical. And the metaphysical, we don't necessarily always see, and some people can't feel it. So like right now, even within my hands, like I feel what I'm saying. I feel what I'm talking about. And the more that you practice that from the physical side, the more that you tap into it from the spiritual side. So when you see the pictures and the image and the energies coming from the top, yes, this is like pure energy that's coming from the top, and you can ask for that. but also, like you said, you got to watch what you're pulling here, but not just what you're pulling, but what you're giving also. And the spiritual part of it is that you get to decide what you do with that energy. You get to decide, okay, today I'm waking up happy. It doesn't matter what happens. Like, this is the first thing I say. Like, I'm like, thank you. I have my hands, I have my legs, I have my eyes, I have this health that just radiates through me. And as I say that, nothing can come within that. I'm
You're protecting
declaring
your energy field.
Yeah, you're protecting, you're declaring.
And now we're going to dive into the spiritual one. Yeah, my favorite. I enjoy this human experience. I enjoy and I love being a human. I really love all this.
Why do you
it?
Love spirituality?
Oh, why do I love spirituality? Because it makes me realize how connected we can be in here with everything and everyone. You know how we are in this human experience, in this human body, right? But there's so much more to it, and it makes it so cool because it's like, yes, you know, mostly when I did it, you know, I just thought it was that this is it, only this physical thing, and then you realize, you find that between all this physical thing, there is so much more that you can still tap in being in the physical, so you can still enjoy a lot of spiritual stuff in this physical body. And I think that's just beautiful.
And so what spirituality, like, for me, it's the energy that you don't necessarily see. So spirit is all of these things that you do not see, but it's in everything. Like, the wall has energy, the flowers have energy, for instance, if you just think of like the smell of roses, like that, how can we think of the smell of roses and feel that? And just as, like, if you smell an essential oil that says rainforest, and you're holding it, of course, if you're and you smell it and it takes you to that place, that's the power of your spirit. That it doesn't matter how or where you are with your imagination, which you could say it's imagination, you can tap into different things. And now, so for many people it can be spirituality, but for some people they're just connected to nature. They have spirituality as a title, but they tap into that energy and they tap into that force that comes from their heart. That is being like in spirit. And when you do things and you're like, all of a sudden you get this like calling, and you're like, oh, I feel like going for a walk today. And that sometimes is your soul or your spirit saying, hey, there's something for you to see outside. There's something for you to do outside. Back into metaphysics and see that these laws of nature, your soul understands them. So when you're going into spirituality or soul stuff, we knew these things and we practiced it since we were little. But we got told, hey, it doesn't pay you to be creative. You don't get paid to be funny. You don't get paid to be happy. Yeah. All of these different things, we started forgetting all the natural things that we already knew. And so when we think of physical and spiritual as two different things, it's really about the synergy and the weaving of both. Our soul knew that that's what we were going to do.
Of putting those together and like dancing together
and taking away the juju, all like the negativity of spirituality. But our conversation began because you were asking about the balance, and the balance of the two is like a dance of life, because the dance of life of tapping into something that's so wild, and just like there's so many questions when it comes to spirituality. But that's the whole point, so that you can have your own answer from within your heart, your intuition, your gut. Like, you get to decide what is your truth. Like, everyone's changes.
Everyone can use it. You know, it's like exercise. You can do any yoga or lift weights, whatever calls you and it makes you feel good. It's for you.
And so it's really it's a constant dance. It's not a battle, it's a dance, and it's
It's a
just meant to
beautiful
be
dance.
beautiful. And the more that you enjoy it, and just by smiling, like you'll realize
By eating
becomes
good food,
easier.
eating good food, taking care of yourself, enjoying yourself, having fun, and just
Loving
making it
yourself,
fun.
yeah.
And that's the whole purpose of, expanding this consciousness in a fun and adventurous way. Bye, guys. Thank you
Bye.
for existing.